Hey, this is Tony from Air Guns, Air Rifles, and Pistols, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the recently announced Diana Stormrider. The Diana Stormrider is going to be available in the United States through Air Venturi, so that means Pyramid Air, Air Gun Depot, and a lot of your other independent vendors. Just look online, do searches for it. You'll start to see this gun out there. It's an entry-level PCP air gun. MSRP on it is about $220 or so right now. You can see it out there in the world for about $200 US. It's a great little entry-level rifle, and to be honest, it has a bunch of really good things going for it. It's a multi-shot repeater. In 177, you're going to get 9 shots out of it. In 22, you're going to see about 7 shots out of it. In 177, with lighter lead pellets, you're going to look at about 20 foot-pounds of energy or 1050 or so FPS. In the 22 caliber, you're going to see a little more than that. You're going to see about 26 foot-pounds of energy and probably somewhere around 900 feet per second as far as power levels. Now, I mentioned the Diana Stormrider has been available under other names. So the Stormrider has been imported by a couple different companies, and what happens is the manufacturer, in this case China Air Rifle or Snow Peak Air, they produce PCPs, they produce air rifles of any way, shape, or form. And what they do is these rifles are then shipped out to dealers, and they choose what features, what options they want before they actually resell them. And that's the case of Diana. Diana's working with SPA to make sure they're getting that rifle, in this case a PR900W, exactly the way they want. And that's what we have up here is that PR900W from Snow Peak Air. You'll see it looks very similar. There may be some slight cosmetic and internal differences based on what Diana says they want. And that's really ultimately what it comes down to. This is still going to be a gun that Diana has approved. It's a Diana branded gun. They know what's going on. It should be a great PCP air rifle, especially at that entry level, based on the other SPAs I've seen out there. In Europe, companies such as Artemis, SMK, a few others have actually imported them out there. So it's something that you will see or you may have seen in the past. Now, that said, there's a couple other things that we want to look at. There's a couple other things that are important here to consider as far as this rifle goes. And what we're going to do next is we're going to just talk about those. So like I said, it has a 7 or 9 shot repeating magazine. It comes with a single shot tray. It has its own custom fill probe, as you can see in this image here. Now, these rifles are great. I had the opportunity to shoot the SPA PR900W under the Emerald Air Max Varmint title earlier last year, actually, I believe it was. And what I want to do here is just show you a little bit of me actually shooting that rifle in the background as I talk about some of the other features that this rifle has. So here we have the same rifle. It's great. You can get off of a fill. I was shooting a 22 version of it. I was getting a pretty decent shot curve, 40 shots off of a fill, and it's only a 100cc cylinder on it, which is pretty amazing. Loudness was not that bad at all. Clocked in at about 67.6 decibels, measured 3 feet from the front of the rifle itself. The spread was, for a small cylinder and an entry-level rifle, not bad at all. From a low on the second shot or so, about 720, up to about 840 mid-range at shot 20 or so. It was a pretty decent spread, but the fact that you're getting 40 shots out of this, out of 100cc in air, is great. And I'm sure with a little tuning, you can get a little better. You can do a little hammer preload adjustment there. It is not, repeat, is not a regulated rifle, but it does have still a lot going for it. The accuracy I was getting was actually really impressive as well. These shots that you see here were at 25 yards. And this is, believe it or not, an actual 10-shot group, not a 5-shot group. So that was pretty impressive. At 50 yards, that opened up just a little bit. It wasn't quite as impressive, but still, 50 yards for a rifle in this price range, it's nothing to frown on. It's going to be a really nice way to go. So here we have it. It's the Artemis. It's the SMK. It's the Emerald Air. Really, it's just the Diana right now. In this case, the Diana Stormrider. I think it's going to be a great option. I think we're going to see a lot of wonderful things out of it, and hopefully you guys will share with me what your views are. Thanks a lot, and this is Tony. Have a good day.